Hey guys, I'm Tony with the Berry Mountain Homestead. Welcome back. Today Michelle and I received the first frost warning of the year. It's mid-October, it's right around the time. It's about a day late, so it's right on schedule. So I am out here harvesting all of our peppers because they just can't handle the cold. Especially even just a light frost, they're done. So I just wanted to show you guys this. We have 3 poblano pepper plants right here, and we got a really late start on this year. So they didn't have a chance to have anything turn red and get to full grown and mature fruit, but they still produced a good bit. I'll show you that right now. This is what I just harvested from 3 plants. Some of them are smaller than others. It's a little skinny one. I even took the little ones just because it's gonna frost. This is probably the one that's closest to being ripe. It's just got a hint of kind of orange starting. That's about it. These were our poblano plants right here. It's just 3, as you can see. We used the grow bags here. They seem to work pretty well, other than you have to water them more frequently. But these 3 plants did fantastic for us in a short amount of time with a short growing season. I still have our purple bell peppers to harvest, which are no longer purple. They're actually bright red now and nice and fully ripe. And I still have our giant Marconis, which are huge, and we've been picking from all season to actually use when we eat. What else do we have? Oh, we also have an Anaheim pepper plant that we got in real early, and all of them are mature. I'll show you that right here. See all those red fruit on it? They just all matured up real nice because they got it in so early, and it just worked out for us this year. I wasn't expecting to have to drop off my basket and start over and empty it because I didn't think there was that many poblanos here. It felt like 3 weeks ago at the end of September, there wasn't that many. They were small, they were still flowering, but I didn't expect them to fruit. And all of a sudden, the last 2 or 3 weeks, they just exploded. I really wish we had like another week or 2 of the growing season. So the next thing I'm going to harvest, the next pepper, is going to be our Anaheims. I love Anaheims. They're just a little bit hot, but they have really good flavor. I like to use them in eggs and everything like that. Sausage sandwiches. So I'm going to harvest these. And I think I'm also going to grab the red purple peppers. They're supposed to be purple, but apparently when you get them ripe, they turn bright red. Oh God, they're just beautiful. And when all the peppers turn red, it is just such a good looking plant. I think that's it for the Anaheims. Now our purple peppers, this is what they usually look like. This is a small one, but that's usually the color they are. And it's beautiful. And they turn green when you cook them. But you let them on for too long and they look like this. Bright red, super sweet, and really good. I don't know if they're any better than a regular bell pepper as far as sweetness or deliciousness, but they're really cool because they're purple and they turn green when you cook. They don't turn green once they're red though. They stay red when you cook them. So if you're looking for something pretty, wonderful. So my basket is full again, just from the Anaheims and those purple peppers, the purple bells. So I need to go drop this off again, and I don't really know where I'm gonna put it, but I'm gonna find room because we're not wasting any peppers that we grew. All right, so I'm back outside for my third trip to this little tiny garden raised bed that you guys saw us make earlier. I can post a link up here, one of the corners, not really sure. I can post a link to that video. We made this little raised bed. We definitely would do things different. We would make it half the height, so we have to fill it with half the amount of soil, because that can get expensive and it's a lot of work. So next time we make a raised bed, which is what we're planning on doing up on our property full time, because it's the side of a mountain, it's all rocks, all raised beds, we plan on doing them much shorter, about half the height of our raised bed that we have now. We made it 2 feet tall. I think 1 foot will suffice. Even for root vegetables, carrots don't grow a foot down. I think that's fine. I'm gonna try to fill up this little basket for the 3rd time with our giant Marconi peppers, and I'm running out of space in the RV. We live in a little tiny 300 square foot RV. I don't know where to put all these things, so I'll figure it out. I'm not wasting peppers. I don't think I've said this yet, but if you like this content, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to us. That would be awesome, guys. I don't really care if I injure these plants by ripping these peppers off. It's the end of the season. They're done. That's just going in the compost. Focus. Look at that cute little guy. He's so skinny. We harvested a lot of these peppers throughout the season. This is what we ate most of the time whenever we made like pepper and egg sandwiches or pasta. That's a good one. We use these just all year, so I'm not expecting to get as much, but the plants are huge. If you've never grown giant Marconis, yes, this is 2 feet tall, but these peppers are, I mean, they're bigger than me. So they're at least 4 or 5 feet tall, which is really good for peppers for us. We tried to grow these peppers pretty intensely, close space. We didn't really follow the square foot method or anything, but that's something we're definitely going to look into when we start doing more raised beds. We maximize our yields, but there's only 3 of these and they're packed in real tight, so I have a feeling I'm going to miss some peppers. That's what I'm talking about. That's a good sized pepper for us. The peppers are still flowering. It's October like 16th or something like that. And they still have a bunch of little tiny peppers that just started. Look at that little baby pepper just started in the middle of October. It's crazy. You know, if I do rip these peppers out right now, tomorrow after the frost or this weekend, I can plant all of our kale in this garden. Or broccoli. We have a bunch of broccoli and kale that we started. I didn't really get a place to plant it yet. I think that's gonna be for another day. You know, we were complaining all year that this soil that we put in this raised bed was garbage because it's like rock hard and it's like topsoil mixed with a little compost, and it really should be much more compost, but look at these peppers, man. Crazy. Alright guys, so I had to turn the camera off, I'm sorry. But we got another basket of peppers from those 3 plants, and I am just so excited. I love fresh peppers. We love freezing them. They freeze really well, and it's just, it feels so good to in the fall to harvest what you grew and started in the spring. Now I'm probably gonna rip those peppers out probably this weekend, throw it in the compost so we can plant the other stuff that I was talking about earlier, but that's about it for today. The sun is going down, it sets early in the mountains, and I need to get these chickens locked up and go start making dinner.
Hi everybody, it is the next day since Tony got all of those peppers yesterday, and today we are going to be processing them. I'm going to show you how many we have because it's a lot. So I'm currently starting to wash some of the poblanos that we have here. And then I put all of, it's kind of like a variation. The majority in this bag are giant Marconis and Anaheims, and we just have them all mixed up. We let a bunch get red, which have made the flavor really, really good. But this whole bag is full, full of peppers. Like, that's a lot of peppers. And then over here, this is our Halloween decoration. He is guarding the rest of our poblanos, and then these are actually some of the tomatoes that we dehydrated last time. I'm going to put in some vinegar and then olive oil to make sun-dried tomatoes. We already have a little jar, but we have a lot more to put in today too. Alright, and then just like the tomatoes from our last video, we are dehydrating a bunch of the poblano peppers. This is best to do outside because it will make your whole house very spicy smelling, and so you don't want to make that mistake. We did that last year. But what we'll do is we'll dehydrate these, and then we will grind them up just like the tomato powder that we're making, but this will be ancho seasoning, and it's really, really good. And then we have a bunch of other poblano peppers and all the other peppers in that bag that you saw that we are going to cut up and put in the freezer, because peppers do really well frozen and putting them in dishes after you take them out of the freezer. So I have this set to 150 for 6 hours. You can do a range, like I think we looked it up and it said 135 or so, but I like to go a little higher, especially with it being outside. And then I have it set for 6 hours, but you just do it until it's done. Like it ranges on so many other factors, so you never know how long it'll take. But I'm just stirring it out at 6 hours to see how it goes, and I'll check it at that point. And here are the sun-dried tomatoes. I put in some olive oil, so I have 2 oil mason jars, and then this bigger one. You can see the olive oil in there, but I just put them in vinegar and then a bunch of olive oil, and they should be good for about 6 months, I think. I have to look it up again to see, but they're really, really good because they just soak in all that olive oil, and then the olive oil that you use in here isn't wasted, because then you can use that for like the dish you're using them for or whatever. You can repurpose the olive oil, but then it's infused with that tomato flavor, and it's so good. So I'm glad we have a bunch of these for the off season. So now that we have used pretty much all the peppers from this season, we can't believe the season's over already. It's crazy. I feel like we were just talking to you guys about planting the peppers, but now that they are all done and we are processing them and all of that good stuff, I think it's time to actually go and pull the peppers, because we're then able to put some more things in that garden bed. We're thinking probably our kale or our lettuce or something like that that needs that valuable space. So since it's a beautiful day today, we're going to head outside and we are going to start pulling all those pepper plants up. Say hello! Hello, everybody!
Oh, look at that.
Are you going to help me? Oh!
It's eating the carrots.
It pecked at it. All of our peppers are out of the bed now. We got these carrots. We've been harvesting them earlier than this, but these are the ones that we're still in there. But that is gonna wrap up this video.
Thank you for coming along with us. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up.
Yep.
Don't forget to subscribe.
And we'll catch you in our next one. Bye.
Sitting on the edge of my bed, waiting by the river, waiting by the river. I found a little piece of homestead.